John, football can change a lot, can't it? I bet you didn't think this time last week you'd be at Mansfield Town this week.
No, that's right. Things happen quickly in football, from one day to the next. But I'm really looking forward to the challenge ahead.
How did it all come about?
Steve Evans at Crawley pulled me into his office and said that there was a number of clubs that were interested in signing me on loan. And he mentioned 2 or 3 of them, and I felt Mansfield was the ideal club for me. And I'm looking forward to this 3-month period and hopefully doing well with the rest of the players.
Why do you think it is the ideal move for you now?
Hey, it's a massive club, isn't it? And it'd be good to start pushing towards the playoffs. I've had a look at the league table. It's well within our capabilities to do so. So it's important to have goals and a challenge. And I think this is what the club brings to me.
Is it a chance to sort of like kickstart, reinvigorate the career that perhaps may have stalled a little bit over the last couple of years?
Yeah, guaranteeing football is there's going to be ups and downs. So as long as you just keep working hard and enjoying it. And that's what I've always done, and that's what I'll continue to do.
And looking at it as well, you know how to get out of this league.
Yeah, I've got a bit of experience about getting out of the league, I suppose, and I've played quite a lot of games. So hopefully I can add to the squad, and along with the other players, help bring some success to Mansfield.
What was it like last year getting out of it with Crawley?
It was brilliant. They've got a really good squad there as well. They've got the financial backing as well, of course, but. It's one thing having the financial backing, it's another thing being successful, and it's a good club, and they're really kicking on now, and it's good to see.
So you've done it with Crawley, you've done it with Rushden. What sort of things do you need to get out of this league, do you think?
Hard work and commitment first and foremost, and of course a little bit of quality as well. In tight situations, when games are tight, it's important you've got the players with that little bit of quality to win you a game. But looking through the squad here, I'm sure with a few additions as well, I'm sure we'll be okay.
You're coming into a side that had a clean sheet on Saturday. Are you going, put me in straight away, Gaffer? Put me into this back line?
You always want to play, don't you? But that's up to the manager. Getting a clean sheet is always a plus from the defensive side of things. So if he sticks with the same back four, I'll just bide my time and work hard in training like I always do. And like I say, I'm really looking forward to it.
How big are these 3 months, do you think, in your career as a whole?
Massive. In football you can only look short term, from one week to the next, and that's what most players do, and that's what I'll do. But like I say, it's going to be an interesting 3 months, and hopefully a successful one.
I bet it'd be a bit different as well working with Paul Cox, because Steve Evans is a bit of a character, isn't he?
He is. He's a decent manager, though. You've got to give him credit for the squad he's put together, and he's got his own methods, but they seem to be working at the minute. Every manager is different, and it's always good to experience a new side of things, and hopefully that's what I'll get here.
What about Mansfield Town? What do you think this club can achieve?
It could. Ideally, it's a club that wants to be back in the Football League, but you can't make promises as a player. All you can guarantee is hard work and commitment, which I'll always give, and hopefully that will take the club in the right direction.
First training session today?
Yeah, it'd be good to meet the lads and have a bit of a kick about. Hopefully it won't be too hard, but looking forward to it.
What sort of feelings do you have on a morning when you come to a new club? Is it a strange one? I suppose I said it in summer with some of the guys that came here. It's a bit like changing school, isn't it, when you're a kid, or moving up to big school, as it were?
Yeah, one of the bigger lads already took my dinner money off me, so it hasn't been an ideal start. But you just got to take your time and get to know players. You don't want to be too loud and brash, because they've got their own team spirit at the minute. It's important that you just come in and bed yourself in and take your time, really. And
after the 3 months, would you like to be here permanently, or is that something that you're not thinking about at this moment in time?
It's definitely something I consider, but like I say, you can only really look short term in football, so it's important to concentrate on that, really.
I suppose one thing that's good that you bring to the club is you can play in a variety of positions, and that helps you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I suppose that's a good strength to any player, and it's important to have players in the squad that can do that. I think my strongest position is centre half, but I'm always happy to help out elsewhere.
Well, it's great to have you at Phil Mill, John. Good luck.
Thank you.
John, you've been on lately catching up here already. already this season. How's it sort of been there? Obviously, with the problems they've had, has that been sort of quite tough?
When I went to Kettering on loan, the problems weren't really too bad.
Yeah.
They seem to have developed more recently.
Yeah.
It's it's disappointing to see any club struggling financially.
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll come out of the other side and survive in the conference, because they're a good club with a good manager.
Yeah.
And one or two decent players.
What are you hoping to get from this, initially, hopefully a month loan at Mansfield Town?
Just games, goals and minutes under my belt. That's what I've come for. I'm really excited to come to this club, and I've just come to because I want to get experience for myself and hopefully help the team get some wins and get some more goals.
And a bit closer to home than Darlington as well.
Yeah, just a bit. Well, I've moved to Leeds, but it's nice to be at home and see the family a bit more as well. So it's good.
What was it like at Darlington for you?
It's just poor timing really. Sadly, I think the club's under quite a lot of pressure at the moment, and I went there, and the manager got sacked almost straight away. So it was a bit disappointing really. It didn't go the way I'd hoped to go, and so I went back to Bradford, and hopefully glad I got to come on loan to Mansfield.
Hopefully to a place with a bit more stability.
Yeah, that's a plan. Definitely.
How did you find out about the interest from Mansfield Town?
Just my agent. I spoke to the gaffer, and I heard about it and I was interested straight away. And always looked out for Mansfield scores because I'm a local lad. So it's nice to come here and hopefully get some goals and experience.
What have these past few months been like for you? I suppose first was disappointment when you left Nottingham Forest first of all.
Yeah, it was. It was disappointing and surprising as well. But I just had to get my head around it, get on with it, and went to Bradford, and I was delighted with that, and did really well in pre-season. Unfortunately, I got injured, and the new manager came in, and then so he just wants me to get experience, get some minutes under my belt, so I can get fit, and hopefully I can do that here.
How do you deal with the fact? 1 minute you're at Nottingham and you're sort of knocking on the first team door, and then you're shown the door.
Yeah, well, it's I think obviously Billy Davis left in the summer, and so as did a few of the other players. So it was just it happens, and it's just unfortunate really that it happened the way it did really. But like I'm a young player, and I'm very excited about my future, so I'm not worried about anything. I think in a way it could be better for me. I'm a blessing in disguise. I think that I get to come and play week in, week out football hopefully, and I think that would be better for me anyway, and give me a lot more experience and drive. Yeah,
I think that's the thing, isn't it, at this moment in time? You could go either two ways, couldn't you? You could go completely off the rails, or you could come to a club like Mansfield and a manager like Paul Cox who deals with players like that and gets them back on track.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I've come to Mansfield, because I know about Paul Cox, and I'm excited to work with him, and my agent spoke really highly of him, and I know of him quite well, so that's why I came to Mansfield, so I'm excited about that.
You know a couple of lads in the squad as well?
Yeah, I know a few. I know Kieran, who's at Forest as well, and Lyndon and a few of the other boys, so it's good to come here and know a few faces. So.
Did that make the move easier, that you knew that they were here already? Did they sort of give you a good write-up?
Yeah, well, I spoke to Kieran yesterday, and he spoke really, really well of the club, so I was excited to come anyway, and it just made it even better for me to my decision a lot easier.
Yeah. Are you going to be staying in, I suppose because it's only a month at the moment, you'll still stay in Leeds for the time being?
Yeah, probably. I'll still stay in Leeds and just commute down. It's only an hour, so hopefully without traffic. So yeah.
So what can you bring to the side?
Well, hopefully goals. That's what I want to bring, and just a bit of liveliness up front. I've not seen any of the Mansfield games yet, so I don't know too much about the team, but I'm going to have a look at some DVDs later and look at the team, but I'm going to try and bring as much as I can to the table, and just pace and attacking play is what I'm about really.
I noticed you're down as a winger as well, but I suppose you prefer to be up front, don't you?
Yeah, I played on the wing quite a few times, played for Forest on the wing as well, But yeah, I just want to play football at this moment in time. I don't really mind where I play. I just want to play football.
Put the goalkeeper's shirt on.
Yeah, wow. If it comes to that, I'll put it on. I don't really mind. But,
I think Mazza will probably tell you to go away.
Yeah,
Tried that.
yeah.
And also, you'll be playing alongside players like Matt Green and people like that with a huge amount of talent and experience.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I'm very excited to play with players like that. And because he's done really well here, I think. And I'm excited to work alongside him, hopefully, and do really well and score a lot of goals.
Well, let's hope it's a great month for you, Nialle, and hopefully it leads to something better for you as well and bigger as well with Mansfield Town.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Niall, just talking about Matt Green there and the way that he's sort of struggling at Oxford, not really in the picture. He's come to Mansfield and scored goals. Do you think that's kind of a bit of an inspiration for you and something that you can follow?
Yeah. I saw how well he did yesterday. I had a little look at the website and stuff, and saw he was doing really well. And that's exactly what I've come to Mansfield to do, is to try and get games under my belt, get a bit of experience, and get some goals. And hopefully it'll push my career further on, and it'll help my career as well. Stepping stone.